to the homework questions. These are the homework questions for today, out of all of them out of 6.2. So let's go ahead and get started. 6.2, let's see if they're in order. 30, 30, 39, 52. Good, they're in order. All right, so this is 6.2, 30/3. First of all, is it a good test question? And that would be a yes, because I will put this one on there. And this is a good standardized test question. So here we go. Now, as I said in the notes the other day, or during class the other day, there's two types of formulas, questions.
I'm here.
I'm sorry, what?
I said I'm here.
Oh, we done wrote you off, so we didn't give you an F for today.
Oh, dang.
I know, it's awful. It's the Russians. All right, it's the Postal Service. That's what it is. All right, so this is plug and chug. Plug and chug, and I've got another dead marker. So that one's going in the pile to go in the trash can. Let me find another. Won't have to. I got to go. But there's Miss Hatton. I got to go get some more markers today, some black markers. I usually get them by Amazon, but I got to wait to make my next order when I get paid, and I don't get paid but once a month, which really sucks. So this is a plug and chug. A is equal to P times 1 plus R over N raised to the NT power. And they give us P is equal to 9,000. So we're investing $9,000. And the rate at which it grows is 0.05. And we're keeping it in, we're going to compound it. The bank is going to calculate it 12 times a year, which means monthly. And I'm going to keep it in the bank for an agreed 7 years. Okay, remember, when you are dealing with this is called compound interest. T is in years. And for those that were not here the other day, if I say 6 months, then that's 0.5 years. So you got to make that distinction when you're talking about years. You can't put 6 months because the formula is derived to use years. So if I give you 6 months for T, you can't put in T is equal to 6. You have to put T is equal to 1/2 or 0.5. If I give you 3 months, then that means it's 0.25 or 1/4 of a year. Okay, so you have to think in terms of years. Okay, plug and chug. So I'm going to take my handy dandy calculator because you can do this in your calculator without even writing anything down. That's the way you're supposed to do it. So I take my handy dandy calculator. Let me pull it up. And here we go. Well, I'm going to write it. I'm going to put it the way that you're going to type it in, okay? So A is equal to 9,000 times 1 plus 0.05 divided by 12 raised to the 12 times 7 power. That's what I'm going to type in the calculator. But as we say, always start with parentheses. So I'm going to do the inside first. So 0.05 divided by 12. Everybody punch that in your calculator and you should get that number right there. I'm going to add it to 1. Add 1. Then I'm going to raise that number to the, please excuse, I did parentheses. Now I got to go to my exponents. And I'm going to put caret symbol. You may have a calculator that has x to the y. Okay? So you would type in x to the y or caret symbol and then parentheses 12 times 7. Or if you want to do it in your head and type in 84, you can do that too. It doesn't matter. Hit enter. And that right there, 1.148, is all of this right here. And you're going to multiply that by 9,000. So after 7 years of the bank calculating it each month, your total after 7 years is equal to $12,762.32. And that's your answer. We'll do another one because I think there's another one sent in just like this one. 12,762.32. Let's type that in. $12,762.32, and we feel good about ourselves. So at the end of 7 years, you've basically made what? $3,000? That's not bad for not doing anything. Okay, so that's that one. Got one just like it, 6.230/3. And I think it's another plug and chug. Different numbers, but we'll do it because the reason I'm doing it, and this is the 3rd time I've done it, I think, and the reason I'm doing it is because I can guarantee you money that if you take a standardized test, this is going to be on it. And I know it's on my test. So that's why I'm doing extra problems. So that way you can't say, I didn't show you how to do this problem. I know, I'm awful. Take away y'all's excuses. A is equal to P times 1 plus R over N raised to the NT power. And in this case, we've got P is equal to 5,000. We've got R is equal to 0.05. We've got N is equal to 4, so it's only going to be calculated 4 times a year, which means quarterly. And you're going to keep it in the bank for 9 years. So I'm going to plug everything in, and then we'll do it on the calculator. 5,000. 1 plus 0.05 over 4 raised to the 4 times 9. And now you can calculate that with your calculator. So here we go. 0.05 divided by 4 plus 1. And that's the inside of the parentheses. Now we go to the exponent. Raised to the 36th power, or x to the y, 36. And then multiply that by 5,000. 7,819.72 cents. So at the end of 9 years, You only compound it quarterly now. That means every four times a year, the bank calculates your interest. $77,819.72. $7,819.72. Two good test questions. Good job. Next test question. This is 6.2395. And I think we did this one the other day, but I'll do it again. P is equal to, and I'm going to rewrite mine because I don't like the way it's written. I like things to be in order. So I'm not even, okay. I'm going to put 3A first. 3A plus B plus 3C. No fractions. So what do they want? They want B by itself. They want B by itself. So that means I've got to get rid of adding 3A and adding 3C. And how do I get rid of adding anything? Okay,
subtracting it.
Thank you, Mr. Brickman. So I'm going to take this one across the river, and I'm going to take this one across the river. And that becomes P minus 3A. I don't know who that is. I can leave a message. Plus 3C. So let's type it in. B is equal to P minus 3A plus 3C. And you feel good about yourself. Uh-oh. I have no idea what could be wrong. Let's see. No. It's supposed to be a negative right there. Sorry. My dyslexia kicks in every now and then. I need to take my medicine today. There we go. And you feel good about yourself. No, actually, I don't have my medicine because the post office didn't deliver it, so it's their fault. Next. I'm just getting everybody ready for, you know, the next person is going to be blamed for everything. All right, this is 6.252/6. 6.252/6. And let's see what this one says. First of all, is it a test question? Oh yeah, this is a test question because it has a fraction in it. And I want to give you fractions so all of you will fail. A is equal to 1/3. I feel like I've done these questions before. F times R plus B. But they're marked that I haven't done them, so I don't know. I don't know why. Oh well. And I'm not even going to worry about, I'm not even worrying about what I'm solving for. I didn't even write it down. Why? Because my priority is getting rid of what? That fraction. So I'm going to multiply both sides by 3. Because I want to get rid of that fraction. That's going to give me 3A. And 3 times that 1/3 goes to 1. And that goes to F times R plus B. Now, you got two ways to go here. And I'm going to divide it into two. 3A is equal to F times R plus B. I know I did this problem. Okay, I can either divide by F on both sides, or I can multiply by F on one side and distribute. Do I care which one you do? No, I do not. You can use either. Here, I'm going to divide by F. And that'll give me 3A is equal to R plus B. Now I'm going back to the thing and see what I need to solve for. I need to solve for R. So that means I've got to get rid of that B, take it across the river. Excuse me. I don't know why I start yawning this time of day. Minus B is equal to, I'm sorry, did it say R or B? Okay, it did. Equals R. Okay, that's one answer. Oh, I didn't divide by F. I'm sorry. Divide by F. 3A divided by F. There we go. Minus B. Sorry, I forgot to write that like that. Sorry.
When I was doing this homework, I forgot to capitalize the letter, and
it marked it wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I gave y'all. I'm glad you brought that up, because I told y'all the other day, when you're dealing with formulas, and I'm gonna write this in red again. When you're dealing with formulas, capital letters do not equal lowercase letters. Okay, if you have a capital A, you leave it a capital A. You do not change it to a lowercase a, because temperature is a capital T in science and little t is time in science, and they're not equal to each other. So that's, might as well say that's a different symbol than this one. Okay, so glad you brought that up. And I will not mark it correct, especially on formulas, if you switch them. If you switch them, I'm sorry. That's the second time I've told y'all this, and Mr. Brickman has said that it will not accept it. So don't change horses in midstream. Don't change a capital T to a lowercase t just because you don't want to write a lowercase t. People in Hades want ice water. All right. Now I'm going to distribute. 3A is equal to FR plus FB. Now I want to get R by itself, so I'm going to get rid of the positive FB. And that's going to be 3A minus FB equals FR. And divide by F. Divide by F. And R is equal to 3A minus FB over F. And I believe when we did this problem the other day, I believe this one was the answer. 3A over F minus B. So let's see. Fraction 3A over F, right, minus B. Yep. And that is a good test question. Next is 6.254/7. 6.254/7. Ernie Rolfe deposits 50-50 at 4% for 1 year. How much interest will he earn? Okay, so P, let me go to my handy dandy. Really? Hold on a minute. Damn Russians. There we go. So P is equal to 50-50. R is equal to 0.04. N is equal to 1 because it doesn't say anything about N at all. So N is equal to 1, and anytime you multiply by 1 or you raise something to the first power, it's still the same thing. So since we don't have anything in the question that tells us, you know, you just say N is equal to 1. And the last thing, excuse me, T is equal to 1 because it says you're going to keep it in the bank for 1 year. So A is equal to P times 1 plus R over N raised to the NT power. A is equal to 50-50. 1 plus 0.04 over 1 raised to the 1 times 1. That's why when they don't say N is equal to a number, that's why you can, because when you divide by 1, you get the same number. When you multiply by 1, you get the same number. So it's really not affecting the formula at all. A is equal to 5,050 times 1.04 raised to the first power, which is A is equal to 50-50 multiplied by 1.04. Well, I'm going to try to do something here, and I'm going to try to do it in my head. 1 times 50-50 is 50-50. 10% of 50-50 is 505. So 505, no, I'm sorry, 1%, 10% is 50-50. 10% would be 50-50, $50.50. And if you multiply $50.50 by 4, because you need 4%, let's see, 4, that's going to be 200. I won't say 202. I don't know. I may have got my math messed up. If A is 202, I come up with 5252. But let's check it in the calculator, because of course calculator's faster, right? Anyway.
That is correct.
Of course it is. I'm sorry. 50-50 times 1.04. Yep. Thank you, whoever said that was correct. Thank you. And let's type in 5252. Okay, first of all, they're asking interest. So subtract 50-50 from 5252, and you're going to get 202. I think I said it was 202, didn't I? I think it was 202. I can't remember. Yep. The balance is 5252. You should feel good about yourself. And yes, that is a test question. Oh my gosh, that's all the test questions today. Okay, what we're going to do next is I'm going to go into a little bit of what we're going to be talking about in applications of algebra. And I'm just going to go to the the book, or let me just go to the slideshow. It's easier. Let's see, resources 5.3 or 6.3, which is applications. E-text, resources. Oh, I have to open resources in a tab now. I don't understand that tab thing. And 6.3. Now, the only thing that I'm going to show you new in this section is what to use for certain sentences, because you're going to be dealing with applications, which means word problems. Okay, write those down. 6 more than a number. Now, I like to tell students, well, I'll go ahead and let you write that down, because there's about 2 or 3 of these in the slideshows, and it's easier just to show you the slides than it is to me to go find them and bring them up. So go ahead and write those down. I'll give you about 30 seconds, 45 seconds to write those down. Now, out of these 5 or 6, whatever, translations, there's only one I want to warn you about. And that's the one that says 4 less than a number. When you see 4 less than a number, well, give me a second to get, there we go. When you see 4 less than a number, I want you to make sure you do the following. Now, it doesn't matter with more than a number, because more than is addition, and addition is commutative, meaning that it doesn't matter which way you do it. But when you see less than a number, crisscross. And add a subtraction symbol for less than. 4 goes over here, and X goes over here. Remember this, because you will get one wrong on the test if you don't follow this crisscross. And the only time is when it says less than. When you see less than, that should be a little flag that goes up. Oh, I need to crisscross. So make sure you do that, because if you don't, you're going to get the problem wrong. Because if you put 4 less than a number, if you put the 4 right here and you put the negative and then an X, then you're making the X negative and the 4 positive, which is the opposite of what you've got right here. So you got to make that distinction. So if I were you, I would probably, you can you can highlight this right here. I want to show you a trick I learned in the war. Copy. And there's this thing called Google out there. You know, it's real hard to use, and you have to print out, and you have to go get up and go get the paper out of the printer. It's real hard. Control V. Get images. And you can put these on an index card. You can print that one out. Click on that one. You can print that one out. There's a good one. Okay, so I would highly suggest you probably take one like this and put it on an index card so you won't have to, you know, remember everything. Okay. So that's just something that you might want to think about for the one person that's going to do it. Trying to find my PowerPoint. There we go. So you got these written down. And go ahead and write these down. Okay, there's that less than again. I'll write that one down too for you. 4 less than 3 times a number. Let's go ahead and write those down, and then we'll go back and look over it. I think I opened up the next homework, didn't I? Did I open up the next one, or do I need to open it up?
Which one? 6.2?
No, 6.3, what I'm going over today. Did I open that up, or is it open?
No, it's not open.
Okay.
You don't have to open it.
No, we'll go ahead and do it. We gotta keep y'all on schedule. Don't need y'all to procrastinate. Which I know none of you procrastinate. I still have some in the class that haven't done any homework, so I don't know what the hell they're waiting on. I mean, I'm serious. I mean, what?
Did they even do the test?
I didn't even look. We are a product of our own decisions and choices. Something my daddy told me every time I made a bad decision. And the government, president, the governor, they can't make up for it. You make the decisions, you make the decisions, you live by what you live by your choices. You deal with it. All right, so 3 times x less than 4. Okay, and here you go. There it is, crisscross. Whenever you see the word less than, when it's not an inequality, and we're not dealing with inequalities right now, we're just dealing with equations. When you see the word less than, and it's not an inequality, you better remember to crisscross. Okay. And that takes care of the transition sentences. They may give us one more, I don't know. Yep. And write those down. Speaking of homework, I'll tell you what one of my students did last semester. He decided that he was just going to do what he wanted to do. He wasn't going to do what I wanted to do, okay? Because every once in a while, we do have students that think they know more than the teacher. I know, it's unbelievable. Yeah, we do. And usually these are males, and usually they are right out of high school. Don't ask me why, but that's usually the case. Probably because 16 to 21-year-old males are usually the dumbest people on the earth, okay? Because they think they know everything. I'm not saying all, just saying a lot of them. And we have to deal with those, you know. Anyway, he decided he was going to do his work on his own. He wasn't going to worry about attending classes. He wasn't going to worry about, you know, watching my videos. So all of the announcements that I would announce to students, he would miss. Everybody with me? So he decided he's just going to do, heck, I've had this class before. I'm just going to do the test, and I'll just, you know, get finished with the test and the final exam, get rid of it early, and I'm done. So he didn't do one single section of homework. So he thought he had an A with his A average on his test. What did he come out of the class with?
A zero.
A high C, a low B. Why? Because the test is 20% of the grade. You know what his defense was? I didn't know that. I said, I didn't even reply. So, of course, here comes helicopter mom. And she calls me and she says, well, I don't understand why. I mean, blah, 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 blah. I said, well, he knew that the homework was 20% of the grade. It's in the syllabus. It's on my handouts. And I go over it the second day of class on the videos, which your son did not attend class and your son did not watch the videos. Because if he had, he would know all the different assignments that he missed, because he missed one of the tests because I broke the test into two tests, and he missed the second part because he just did the first one. And, oh, I didn't know that. Yeah, your son neglected to tell you some of the important parts of what, you know, why he got a C or a low B, I can't remember which one it was, instead of an A. He decided, decisions/choices, he decided to do what he wanted to do and not do what the class was doing. And with that choice or that decision, he has to deal with the consequences. Okay, thank you. Yes, ma'am. And that was the end of that conversation.
Why is his mom contacting his college teacher anyway?
Say again?
Why is his mom contacting his college teacher anyway?
Hold on just a second. I got to turn my, hold on just a second. I turned this down. Let me turn this up. Okay, now, what'd you say, Mr. Brown?
I said, why is his mother contacting his college teacher anyway?
Because that's called a helicopter parent. You got two types of parents. You got the helicopter parent and you got the bulldozer parent. The bulldozer parent goes in front of the student or goes in front of the child and takes down everything so the child don't have to do anything. And then the helicopter parent, you know, tries to help the student out when the student don't do what they're supposed to. Okay, so we got what?
So which are you?
Oh, I'm the slave driver parent. I'm the one that tells my kids they make their own decisions and they make their choices. When they fail a course, they have to put up with the consequences. They make the choice of not doing their homework, then, you know, that's what I am. I'm the one that sticks it to them. And I remind them when they whine about having to redo something, I remind them that they made the choice. See, that's what we've gotten away from. We've raised a generation of students or kids that believes if they make bad choices, that somebody needs to take up for them because they made bad choices, whether it's in school or career or family or whatever. Okay? That's not the case. You make bad decisions, you got to deal with the consequences. All right, next. Golly, we got some more. I didn't know there was 4 slides. I'm sorry. 5 less than a number. There we go again. Crisscross is equal to 20. Twice a number decreased by 6 is 12. Remember. Okay, you're gonna have to mute that thing, Mr. Hubbard. All right.
Yeah,
No, I'm just kidding. Is a 25-cent word for equals. Write that down. I'm gonna write it down right here. Is a 25-cent word for equals. Is means equals. So whenever you see the word is, that usually means equals. And the word to the right of is usually goes on the right side of the equal sign. So if I got is 2 times the number. Okay, I've got a bunch of words in front of it, but I've got is 2 times the number. Then I can guarantee you that's going to be equal to 2x, because this is to the right of the is. And if it's to the right of the is, chances are it's going to be on the right side of the equal sign. You gonna make enough noise? That's my son. He's got to eat lunch. You got to make all kind of noise. It's all right. I'll beat him after class. That's a joke. Okay, please don't call DSS. All right. Well, now you're not going to talk to me. I got through preaching, and you're not going to talk to me now.
We've learned many valuable life lessons today.
I hear you. There's Miss Hatton over there laughing. Miss Hatton, why are you laughing?
It's entertaining today on a Friday.
I bet you've had a parent before tell you that same thing, haven't they?
I don't pay them no mind though.
You know, say bad decisions. All right. Read the problem carefully. I'm not gonna insult your intelligence. All right. How many years have you been told these things when we're reading a word problem? I mean, read the problem carefully. Draw a sketch. Determine the quantity you are asked to find. You know what I tell students on word problems? I tell students, I'm not going to do all that. I tell students this on word problems. I tell students, oh shoot. I tell students to find the is. I know that doesn't sound good, but I tell students to find the is. I tell them to find the is, and I tell them to look for the word total. Sometimes that helps. Look for total, or look for sum, or look for product. I tell them to look for some of these because you know that product means multiplication. You know that sum means addition. And you know that difference means what? Subtraction. And of course, quotient means division. What'd you say?
You
Ooh,
got your, yeah, the
time
difference.
to go. Yeah, 12:10, it's time to go. Quotient is different. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, that's not right. Difference is subtraction. There we go. Okay, so we're gonna stop it there. You do not have to do 6.3 homework right yet. I mean 6.4, whichever one we're on. I can't remember. You need to be working on formulas. Okay, I think that's 6.3, is it not?
2.
It's 6.2 formulas. Okay, so this is
6.3.
Okay, so you do not have to work on 6.3 yet. If you want to, go ahead and start working on it. We can use your questions to continue with what I'm doing here. In other words, I can use the questions that you send me to explain what we're doing in 6.3. And if you don't, then I'll just keep going with what I'm doing here and the examples that I use. Other than that, you should be working on 6.2. I should see questions on 6.2 Monday. If I don't see questions on 6.2, then that means that you understand it. So I'm going to move on to 6.3 and I'll take off from here. Questions on that? Now, I've already taken care of the roll. Mr. Brown, I sent an email to Student Records to add you because I can't add on Friday, and I keep telling them I don't know why I can't add my classes on Friday, but they're going to add you eventually. So you might get an email today that says you were absent. Just disregard it because it might get fixed. You may get fixed today or Monday,
It's
but
working for
don't
you.
have a
If it's
spasm